EVP show keeps the drama in play. It's good. Let's go where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots. You know the EVP show is out of control.
What is going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP show. I am the EVP, the golden boy of DWE, and I am back with the Smackdown Recap. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. Hope you guys enjoyed your much needed Thanksgiving. Spent time with your family, friends, so forth, so on. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hope everyone did get caught up in the crazy Black Friday shopping. I try to stay away from all that. People out there in the lines at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning camping out, stuff like that to buy things. I mean, you get some good deals, but man, I've never been really too big on that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. This has been a really busy week for me. So I definitely enjoyed the day off yesterday. I didn't do anything but watch football, which I probably should have been doing a stream because not my Chiefs, but I was pulling for the Chiefs, and oh my gosh, what a choke job. But obviously me and Miami will be talking about that Tuesday. Man, NFL has just been killing me. Even today, just absolutely crazy. But yeah, so we're gonna try to finish this week out strong. We're gonna be going over the SmackDown recap from tonight. Obviously, this was pre-taped last week on after SmackDown went off the air, but this is the go home show to Survivor Series. Survivor Series is tomorrow, and don't forget, I will be back tomorrow night, which I'll go over at the end of the stream, but I will be back tomorrow night with your Survivor Series recap here on the EVP show on my X and also on Miami the Great, his X as well. Shout out to DWE, shout out to Gimmick Table Media, shout out to everybody that came out for the prediction show Wednesday. We had about 260 plus people in here, a lot of comments, a lot of questions, a lot of people involved, so I'm definitely thankful for that. I enjoyed it, having that many people in here and all the comments. So again, we're live on my YouTube channel, my X and Miami's X tonight. Yeah, it's been a crazy week, and tomorrow is something to get super excited about. It's Survivor Series. It's what we've been waiting on. But next week, there's no slowing down. Next week is we got the NXT pay-per-view PLE coming up next week. So next week is not going to be any slower for me, but I'll go over all of that also at the end of the stream. So obviously, like I said, this is pre-tape from the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Survivor Series is just one night away. And the main event tonight is going to be the traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination match like we used to see back in the day, which it's been a long time since we've seen one of them, which is going to be the MFTs going up against Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Motor City Machine Guns, and who else? I believe it was a Dragon Lee or somebody. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember who. Oh, it's Ray Phoenix. I'm sorry. It's Ray Phoenix, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and the Motor City Machine Guns going up against the MFT was the main event. Also, so yeah, let's get it started. So basically, SmackDown began with their video recap of last week's Women's War Games storyline and the follow up from Monday Night Raw. It's been killing me all week. I haven't been able to unveil the spoilers from tonight for the Last Time Is Now tournament for John Cena. But after tonight, we are now down to our final four, which we'll go over through the stream. But obviously, on the right side of the bracket, the semifinals that we'll see Monday on Raw will be Gunther going up against Solo Sikoa. And the winner of that match will face the winner of the semifinals that was made tonight on SmackDown. So we are down to four people. One of those four people will face John Cena at the Saturday night's main event coming up on December 13th, I believe. So obviously we have Joe Tessitore and Corey Graves. They showed shots in the back of Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and MFT. So backstage, Kathy Kelly caught up with LA Knight. He was a little frustrated here. He'd be facing another mystery opponent, but kept it cool, saying he knew she was just the messenger. LA Knight, smooth as the other side of the pillow, as always. Does a shout out to Kathy Kelly's mom in the crowd. Basically, LA Knight said that doesn't matter who it is, any tournament, anytime, anywhere on this earth, LA Knight is ready for whoever Nick Aldis decides to throw at him. So we get the first match of the night, which is a quarterfinal that I've been talking about all week on the other side of the bracket, opposite from Gunther and Solo. We get main event Jey Uso going up against Rusev. So I'm excited to be able to talk about these matches because now we can really dig deep to see what the finals is going to be leading up to. I know that Gunther and Solo is Monday. I'm not sure if maybe the other semifinal. I don't know how they're going to do it. There's only a couple of weeks away, so I don't know if they're going to do both semifinals coming up Monday. This coming Monday, I think that's the way they probably should do it. But we'll see. They got 2 weeks to get somebody to win that tournament. So Jey Uso makes his entrance to the audience as usual. The ring announcer tonight is Mark Nash. He introduced Jey Uso. He's slapping hands with the commentary team, just like he always does, and hyping up the crowd. Corey Graves noted that while it looks fun on TV, experiencing Jey Uso's entrance live is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, which I haven't got to see that, but I haven't got to see him live since he started eating. He did. So Rusev comes out and he said, "This is for you, Cena." So everybody that's in this tournament, later stages, are kind of taking their shots and throwing out these things for John Cena, in case they are the one to face him. So Rusev then made his entrance from the stage. As he walked out, he looked into the camera and he said he was coming for John Cena. Michael Cole noted that the winner of this match would face the winner of LA Knight versus the mystery opponent. Oh, okay. In a semifinal match on Raw. So both of our semifinal matches will be on Raw this week. So yeah, Raw's gonna be really good this week. Starting off the match, Rusev took control early. Rusev had Jey Uso locked in a bear hug, but Jey broke free with headbutts and right hands. He attempted to lift Rusev, but he couldn't get him up. Rusev then went for the accolade, but Jey Uso escaped and sent him to the outside. Jey followed with a suicide dive and rolled Rusev back into the ring, hitting a Samoan drop for a 2 count. Jay followed with a spear for another near fall, about 2 3/4 on that one. Rusev responded with the Machka kick and nearly scored the win. Another really close fall there. This match wasn't terrible. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible either. It kind of did its part. He locked in the accolade again, but Jay got to the ropes to break the hold. So that was, a key point in the match. Rusev mocked John Cena's taunt before Jay countered with an elbow. He hit another spear and then went up top rope and hit the Uso splash from the top for the 1 2 3. And Jay Uso has now beaten Rusev and advanced to the semifinals on the left side of the bracket for Monday Night Raw. So who will Jay Uso be facing? So Jay Uso is now the third person to join Gunther and Solo in the final four, and the last time is now a tournament. So as I said, main event Jay Uso is the winner. So backstage we see Nick Aldis with that little lottery type thing that he's had where he drew the names for the tournament, and then he's interrupted by The Miz. The Miz met with Nick Aldis and asked to be reinserted into the tournament. Nick Aldis had already taken a name out. Obviously, there was speculation that maybe the paper was already blank. I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll never know. But The Miz was pretty adamant about getting added to this match. Aldis explained the next opponent had to be drawn at random. Before the draw could be completed, R-Truth interrupted with his own raffle ball. So R-Truth comes in there with 2 balls, like to put into that little thing that they spin. But Aldis insisted on using his own. After Truth left, Aldis pulled a name, revealing The Miz as the selected entrant. So all that stuff that was going on, Miz was in there. He was already like pushing really hard to be the one to take Sheamus' spot. Because this is the second match in a row for LA Knight that he's had to face a mystery opponent. So it looks like it's going to be the legendary Miz, who's pretty much done everything in WWE. So The Miz celebrated and walked off, while R-Truth returned to joke about the situation. The Miz is back in the John Cena Farewell Tournament. So we go to another backstage segment with Kathy Kelly. She is interviewing Damian Priest, who said his eye was healed and he was ready to deal with Aleister Black. He addressed the strange tactics from Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, calling them unnecessary. Zelina appeared and reminded Damian Priest how easily they got to him, representing the previous attack that burnt his face. In the background, Aleister Black could be seen watching. So like when the lights flickered, you could see Aleister Black standing back there, which I love this new look for Zelina Vega. And I think since she dropped the U.S. title, they've obviously been able to kind of work her into, work her into a new storyline to get her out of the, away from the U.S. title. She's getting to work with her husband, Aleister Black. So it's good stuff. I think it's good. So then we see Rhea Ripley, and she asked, Rhea then entered and asked Black. So Rhea entered, and Damian Priest asked Rhea if she was ready for War Games. She said she needed to motivate Charlotte, but planned to return and share an idea with him. So I just talked about this in a GC chat on X. Obviously, the original plan was to have Lola Vice, which is Damian Priest's girlfriend, team up at some point, which they still may, against Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, the real life married couple. But when I first got into content creating, Rhea and Damian was together with the Judgment Day. So it looks like they're setting up an angle for Rhea and Damian at maybe after War Games to battle. So Damian can have somebody to help in this battle against Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Go ahead and post a couple of comments. Shout out to DWE Replays for reposting the stream. Shout out to Wrestling RUS Podcast as well for reposting the stream. So, she said that she had an idea to share with Priest, which that's basically what I'm talking about. That's the angle that they're going to be working. They're going to be doing what was it, the Terror Twins or whatever they were called. Looks like they will reunite to take on Aleister Black and Zelina Vega at some point. It just, for me, that's just the way it kind of looks, at the way they're working towards it. So then we go to the next segment of the night, which is the celebration, which was supposed to happen last week, but Chelsea was a little bit under the weather, and so they did it on this week's edition. Chelsea Green makes her way out alongside the Secret Harvest for her special in-ring celebration. The ring was decorated with flags of Canada, the United States, and Mexico, because not only is Chelsea Green the new Women's United States champion, she is also one half of the AAA mixed tag team champions with All Ego Ethan Page. Chelsea declared that she was not only there to be crowned and applauded, but to begin her second term as United States Women's Champion, claiming to be the first and fourth two-time holder of the title. So she was the first one to win it, and now she's the fourth. And I look for Chelsea, who just signed a new 5-year deal with WWE. I think that's definitely one of the main reasons. I mean, she works her socials a lot on X. And she's always she's working a lot of shows, NXT, AAA. So she's putting in that work. So she definitely deserves it for people that think she doesn't. And she just signed a new 5-year contract. So I can see her probably holding that U.S. title for a while. She declared herself the greatest women's champion in the history of WWE, the United States, and all of North America. Chelsea then invited the crowd to join her in raising their voices and flags for a grand pyro display in her honor. As she began the countdown, the moment was interrupted. And when it was interrupted, we heard the music of the SmackDown Women's Champion, Jade Cargill. Ever since she has turned heel, she has been super reckless and running roughshod, and just basically doing whatever she wants and just bowling over everyone. So Jade Cargill stormed down to the ring and immediately took out Alba Fire with the big boot. Chelsea attempted to escape, but was caught by Jade Cargill, who delivered the Jaded before standing tall. So I don't know what they're doing here. Because I mean, Chelsea's already got 2 titles. I mean, Jade's gotta have some opponents, but I mean, Chelsea's a heel. So I mean, maybe they work a small program. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, I highly doubt they're going to do a title for title. But there's not really a lot of baby faces outside of like Alexa or Charlotte on SmackDown that can go after Jade Cargill, because Bianca's not back yet. So she hit the Jaded on Chelsea Green and stood tall as Cargill's music played. She exited up the ramp, and the pyro that was originally meant for Chelsea's celebration fired off behind her. So Jade Cargill ruined Chelsea Green's celebration. It definitely didn't go the way that Chelsea Green had planned for it to go. That's for sure. So then we go backstage again, and Alexa Bliss, you can see Charlotte Flair doing the armband. She's getting ready for the advantage match tonight that she's going to be having against Asuka. Last time that she was in the ring with Asuka is when she suffered that injury where she was out for over a year and had to have surgery. So I'm sure Charlotte is going into this match with a little bit of butterflies, even though she is a seasoned vet, because the last time she was in the ring with Asuka, she was seriously injured. So we see Alexa and Charlotte talking when Rhea Ripley and Io Sky both enter the room. Charlotte confidently says she planned to tear Asuka apart. So then AJ Lee then walked in and told the group she believed they would win at War Games. After she left, the others agreed that they liked her. So I don't know. I picked the heels on my prediction show, but I'm still really up in the air. I do believe the men's heels are going to win, but I don't really know what they're going to do on the women's side unless somebody is going to turn heel, which I've kind of spoke about a couple of times. So yeah, I think that, I'm kind of torn on, what's going to happen with that, on who's going to win the women's War Games match. There's a lot of confidence coming. Charlotte called Rhea mate, which is Australian. So, it definitely, the coexisting thing, it looks like that they are able to coexist, but it could be a ploy to see, who's going to turn, if there is going to be a turn. So after the break, Kathy Kelly caught up with Jade Cargill and asked why she attacked Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. Jade said she has a problem with anyone who talks too much and made it clear that her actions were a warning to the rest of the women's locker room. As she walked off, she passed B5 and questioned if she had anything to say. And B5 was there with Meechin as well. B5 stayed silent. Meechin then appeared and said she might need to have a word with Jade. So B5 and Meechin are two people that I can see Jade having matches with. I don't see Jade dropping the title to them, but it has to give Jade something to do for sure. This was basically a statement made by Jade Cargill to the entire women's locker room that she means business. So now we're up for the next match of the night, which is the other quarterfinal match in the Last Time Is Now tournament, which will be The Miz going up against LA Knight, with the winner taking on Jey Uso this Monday on Raw. So we get both entrants. The match began with LA Knight landing a series of right hands and a clothesline, followed by stomps in the corner. As Knight stepped onto the apron, The Miz caught him with kicks, followed by slamming Knight's face onto the ring apron. Then hit a knee to the face. Back in the ring, Miz attempted to whip LA Knight, but Knight countered with a spinning neckbreaker. Knight charged at Miz, but Miz tossed him over the top rope and sent him crashing to the floor. On the outside, Miz threw Knight into the barricade and then we go to a commercial break. Back from the break, LA Knight shifted momentum with a back suplex, followed by a clothesline and a Russian leg sweep. He then landed a neck breaker and went for the cover, but The Miz kicked out at 2. Knight charged again, only for Miz to catch him with a boot to the face. Miz climbed the ropes, but Knight met him at the top and delivered a superplex. Another pinfall attempt, but Miz kicked out again at 2. Miz responded with a kick to the gut and hit a DDT for about a 2 3/4 on LA Knight. That was really close. He attempted the skull crushing finale, but LA Knight reversed into an inverted DDT. LA Knight went to the top rope, but as he leapt off the top rope, Miz caught him and connected with the skull crushing finale. And that's Miz has won many championships with that move and beat many people with that move, but we got a kick out at 2 3/4 from LA Knight. Frustrated, Miz locked in the STF, but LA Knight was able to get to the ropes. Miz tried to capitalize, but LA Knight shoved him away. On the apron, Miz raked Knight's eyes, then rolled back into the ring for a cover with his feet on the ropes. The referee noticed that Miz had his 2 feet on the ropes and just stopped the count at that point, prompting an argument. As Miz turned back to Knight, he was met with the BFT. And then LA Knight covered Miz for the 1, 2, 3. LA Knight has won his second match and advanced to the semifinals of the Last Time Is Now tournament. So our semifinals are now set for Monday Night Raw. On the left side of the bracket, we will see main event Jey Uso going up against LA Knight. And then we will see Gunther on the other side of the bracket going up against Solo Sikoa. So I don't know. I don't know how what way they're going to go with this. I'm sticking with Gunther. Are we going to see Gunther Jey Uso? Are we going to see Gunther LA Knight? Are we going to see Solo Jey? Or are we going to see Solo LA Knight? We'll see. See Monday. Backstage, Becky Lynch gathered her War Games teammates, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. She reminded them that she holds a perfect record inside War Games and insisted they follow her lead when the match begins. She was quick to point out everyone's record. She said Kairi had won 1 time but didn't get the pinfall, and then basically went through and told everyone what their records were. Nia interrupted, saying tonight wasn't about Becky, but about Asuka defeating Charlotte Flair to gain the advantage. Asuka confidently stated that the last time she faced Flair, she took her out of action for a full year, which was something I stated earlier in the stream. The team celebrated their unity heading into the night's main event. So we get an MFT video package with Solo Sikoa declaring that Sami Zayn doesn't stand a chance against his family legacy. The segment then transitioned to a response from Zayn, who said their actions only lit a fire under him. Backstage, Kathy Kelly was with the Mad Dragon, the United States champion, the men's United States champion, Ilya Dragunov. He said the United States title open challenge remains available to anyone worthy of stepping up. As he addressed the challenge, obviously Kathy Kelly brought up Tama Tonga, and Dragunov said he was not worried about Tama Tonga. We had Tommaso Ciampa interrupt and told Dragunov that he should be focused on him. Ciampa held up Axiom's mask, referencing last week's attack, and warned that just like he took the mask, he plans to take the title from the Mad Dragon. The two exchanged tense words before Dragunov told Ciampa he would think about it, then called him a jackass. So it looks like we are leading to a match with Tommaso Ciampa. I'm sure he'll be the next one to answer the open challenge from Dragunov for the U.S. title. So the next match of the night is the Women's Survivor Series Advantage match, which is going to be Asuka going up against Charlotte Flair, the Queen, Charlotte Flair. So the match starts off, Charlotte landed a shoulder tackle and a kick to the side of Asuka's head. Charlotte stepped onto the ring apron, but Asuka caught her with a kick. Flair connected with a top rope crossbody, but Asuka rolled through and nearly got the pinfall. Asuka followed with strikes and kicks, but Charlotte cut her off with a big boot for a near fall. The two traded right hands, with Flair following up with signature chops and a fall-away slam. She climbed the top rope again and hit a moonsault, but Asuka kicked out. Charlotte delivered a German suplex, went for a waistlock, but Asuka reversed and hit one of her own. Asuka landed a kick to the face and covered, but Flair kicked out at 2. Asuka followed with a knee to the face and locked in an armbar, but Flair powered out and slammed her with a powerbomb for another near fall. The action spilled to the floor where Flair tossed Asuka over the announce table. As Flair approached, Asuka tried to spray the blue mist, but Flair dodged, causing Asuka to miss the cameraman instead, which was a big turning point in the match. Charlotte Flair capitalized by slamming Asuka's face into the announce table and throwing her back into the ring. Flair attempted the figure 4, but Asuka countered into the Asuka lock. Then Charlotte Flair managed to reverse into a pinning combination, but Asuka kicked out. Then Charlotte Flair hit the natural selection for the 1, 2, 3. And we have our winner of the match and gaining the advantage for the face team going into tomorrow's Women's War Games match. The Queen, the hit girl, the it girl, Charlotte Flair. So we'll see if what that advantage is, and will it help the face team tomorrow at Survivor Series. So we're going to get to the main event tonight. It is the Survivor Series elimination match. The MFTs going up against Sami Zayn, the Motor City Machine Guns, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Rey Fenix. The match began with Tama Tonga squaring off against Chris Sabin from Motor City Machine Guns. After a brief exchange, Solo Sikoa demanded the tag and entered the ring, delivering a clothesline and a series of right hands. Tonga Loa tagged in next, hitting a heavy chop to Chris Sabin's chest. Chris Sabin fought back with their right hand and with a hot tag to his partner Alex Shelley. The Motor City Machine Guns worked together to double team Tonga Loa, and Shelley went for a cover, but Tonga Loa kicked out at 2. Alex Shelley tried to maintain control, but Tonga Loa powered him into the corner. JC Mateo got the tag, and he and Tonga Loa double-teamed Alex Shelley. JC Mateo continued the assault until Shelley fought back with strikes and got the hot tag into Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and Alex Shelley double-teamed Mateo, but JC regained control by slamming Zayn hard onto the mat for a near fall. So then we get Tama Tonga tagged back in and sent Sami Zayn into the corner. Solo re-entered and joined Tama for a double team on Sami. Solo went for a pin, but Sami kicked out. Solo tried to whip Zayn to the ropes, but Zayn countered with a clothesline. Shinsuke Nakamura and JC Mateo were both tagged in. Nakamura lands a dropkick, followed by a series of kicks to Tama Tonga. He then caught Tonga Loa with a kick to the back of the head. Mateo tried to regain control with right hand, but Nakamura placed him on the second rope and delivered a release German suplex. He went for the cover, but Solo broke it up. Sami Zayn rushed in to take out Solo, throwing him to the outside. The MFTs were then cleared from the ring one by one. The Motor City Machine Guns took down Tonga Loa with the double team move. Shelley followed with the baseball slide to Solo, and Sabin hit a suicide dive onto Tala Tonga. Sami Zayn and Rey Fenix joined in with stereo splashes over the top rope. Back in the ring, Alex Shelley and JC Mateo set up a double team. Chris Sabin tagged back in, and the Motor City Machine Guns hit their finisher on JC Mateo, leading to the 1, 2, 3 and elimination of JC Mateo. So JC Mateo was the first person eliminated in the match. So we're down to 4 on MFTs, and still the whole team remain on Sami's team. Tama Tonga quickly re-entered and hit both machine guns with the clotheslines. He bounced off the ropes, but they recovered and hit a double team move on him. Sabin went for the cover, but Tonga kicked out. Nakamura tagged back in to continue the assault. Tama Tonga and Shinsuke Nakamura traded offense, with Nakamura landing a knee strike from the second rope. Solo Sikoa tried to interfere, but Nakamura knocked him down. So we get Tama recovered and hit the cutthroat for the pin. So Shinsuke Nakamura has now been eliminated. We're now down to 4 versus 4. Ray Phoenix entered and hit a back elbow, but Tama shut him down after a tag to Tonga Loa. The two double team Phoenix. Tama hit a spine buster, but Phoenix rallied and pinned Tonga Loa with a Hurricane Rana. So Tonga Loa has been eliminated. So it's 4 against 3 now. There's 3 MFTs and 4 from Sami Zayn's team. Tala Tonga entered with powerful slams on Phoenix before Solo tagged in. Solo went for the Samoan spike, but Phoenix dodged and tagged in Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin landed a top rope crossbody, but was stopped by Solo Sikoa. After a tag to Shelley, the Motor City Machine Gun double-teamed Solo. With the ref distracted, Tama shoved Shelley off the top rope. Tala Tonga followed with a choke slam on the apron to score the fall. Alex Shelley has now been eliminated, so now we're down to 3 versus 3. Chris Sabin tried to fight back with the crossbody, but Tala Tonga caught him and hit a clothesline for another elimination. So Tala Tonga, that's 2 straight eliminations for him, and both members of Motor City Machine Guns has now been eliminated. So we're now down to 3 versus 2. Zayn re-entered only to be knocked down by Tala Tonga. Phoenix tagged in, landing several kicks, knocking Solo off the apron. After a wild sequence, Phoenix hit a frog splash onto Tala Tonga and Solo on the outside. As Phoenix returned to the ring, Tama caught him with the cutthroat and scored the pin. So that's 3 straight pinfalls. Ray Phoenix has now been eliminated. So now we're down to Tama Tonga, Hikuleo, and Solo Sikoa against Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's the last person left. Tala Tonga nailed him with a big kick and tossed him to the ring post and barricade. Tonga missed a boot and fell into the timekeeper's area. Sami returned to the ring and won via count out. So we have Tala Tonga. Hikuleo was eliminated via count out. So now we're down to Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa against Sami Zayn. What's going on, Lady Alpha? Shout out to the Wrestling Divas podcast. Make sure to give them a follow on X, and also give them subscribe to their YouTube channel. She will be joined. 2 of them will be her and Michael will be joining me Wednesday for the NXT Deadline predictions. So looking forward to that. Good to see you here. And also shout out to the 197 people that we have watching, or 198. It's steady growing. We're almost to 200, guys. We're over 200. So we've hit the 200 mark, which is crazy. So we're down to 2 versus 1, with Tala Tonga being eliminated from a countout. Solo entered and hit Zayn with 2 spinning solos, but Zayn kicked out. Solo followed with the Uso splash for another near fall. He attempted a top rope Samoan drop, but Sami Zayn reversed with a sunset foot powerbomb for 2. They exchanged strikes, and Solo hit a headbutt. Zayn countered with the hip attack with an exploder suplex and went for the haluva kick, but Solo cut him off with a super kick. Zayn dodged the Samoan spike and got a near fall, but Solo Sikoa finally connected with the Samoan spike for the 1-2-3 on Sami Zayn, and Solo Sikoa is the winner. So the MFTs, with Solo Sikoa getting the last pinfall over Sami Zayn, secured the victory. The Survivor Series elimination match. The MFT stand tall with Solo Sikoa pinning Sami Zayn. As Solo stood tall, the lights went out. When they came back on, the Wyatt Six surrounded the ring. Solo turned around and was met by Uncle Howdy, who hit Sister Abigail to close the show. So, I mean, it was a pretty good show. Some decent matches. I like what they did at the end. I'm wondering now if the Wyatt Six are going to play a part in the Solo Gunther match Monday, because Gunther's going to have to. He's a heel, but he's going to have to go up against all the MFTs. So we were supposed to have something at Survivor Series with the MFTs and the Wyatt Six, but they did it before Survivor Series. So I think we're going to see that feud continue, where the factions are going to be. And I mean, they need to get a female. Well, they have Nikki Cross. So will there be a female join the Bloodline to counter Nikki Cross? We will see. But yeah, so now the semifinals are set for the Last Time Is Now tournament that will take place on Raw coming up this Monday. And that is Jey Uso will be going up against LA Knight. And on the other side of the bracket, other semifinals, we will see Gunther going up against Solo Sikoa. The winners of those two matches will be in the championship match in the tournament. And the winner of that will face John Cena at Saturday night's main event. So we are down to Jey Uso and LA Knight and Gunther and Solo Sikoa. Who will be the person out of this Final Four that will go to Saturday night's main event to face John Cena in his very last match? So we also seen Charlotte Flair gain an advantage for the face team for Survivor Series War Games tomorrow. Shout out to Miami the Great from Talk It Up Podcast. Obviously, give Miami a follow. Shout out to DWE. Give a subscription to Talk It Up Podcast. Yeah, I'm at 215, man, which is just crazy. Man, I got to get my mind off of sports because they've been killing me, bro. I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for Survivor Series tomorrow. See, same old players. Yeah, I was just talking about that. I think Wednesday, Lady Alpha. Everybody was expecting someone to like be new or young or an NXT or a Carmelo or somebody like that to get pushed. But it's for older people that are already all established. So I'm sticking with Gunther. We'll see. We got Gunther and Jey Uso Monday. Miami, I know you texted me. I haven't checked all your texts for next week's streams. I'm about to go over that shortly. But we do have two matches coming up Monday. We'll have Gunther versus Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso going up against LA Knight. Both of those matches will be on Raw. Miami. We will have Jey and LA Knight and Gunther and Solo. That will happen on Raw Monday. So Lady Alpha said, I agree. I think it is. But I did call Gunther from the start. Once I seen he was in a tournament, he hasn't wrestled since SummerSlam. He retired Goldberg. I think they're going towards this like retirement angle thing, but we'll see. We could get an all bloodline final. Yeah, this tournament means nothing. We know it's going to be Gunther. We'll see. I mean, I don't know how he's going to beat Solo. He's going to be outnumbered unless the Wyatt Six or Sammy and them get involved. Thumbnail. Yeah. I mean, for Raw, obviously it can be Solo and Gunther or Jey or LA Knight. Jey and LA Knight, because both of those matches are on Raw Monday. As I said, I think I didn't know Jey and LA Knight were happening Monday until tonight, but both the semifinal matches, Jey and LA Knight and Gunther and Solo, will happen on Raw Monday. So either one will be good for a thumbnail for Monday. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I have 222 viewers. Wow, that's unbelievable. I think we're just about to eclipse what I have for the Survivor Series prediction on the Survivor Series recap, which is just absolutely insane. Shout out to everyone. This is just insane. Shout out to DWE Replays, Wrestling RUS Podcast, Lady Alpha, which I'll be seeing you Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for the NXT Deadline prediction. Look forward to that. The CEO, the A1 from day one. We can't win a bet to save our life on FanDuel. Miami, the great. Mr. DWE. CJ, Mr. 200. Yeah, 230. If we get to 240, guys, we will eclipse what we did for the Survivor Series predictions. Can we do it? We are at 234 and climbing. Can we get 250? I mean 240? Because we had 236 for Survivor Series predictions, and we're at 234. We're steady climbing. 235 now. Are we gonna do it? All right, I got a lot of talking left to do, so I'm sure we'll get to it. But this was it, guys. This was the Go Home Smackdown Survivor Series tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. The kickoff show starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It's only 4 matches, but look for something really, really big in the men's match. I think it's going to be a lot. The matches are going to be very long. But man, this is crazy. 233 people. I almost eclipsed the Survivor Series prediction. I needed like 3 more viewers. That's insane. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the outro music. And then I will be back to tell you what's next for me on the stream. Shout out to Miami, DW Replays, Wrestling RUS Podcast, the Wrestling Divas Podcast. Make sure you give all them a follow and a sub on their YouTube channels. All great content from all of them. Talk It Up Podcast, and all of that. So I will be playing. I just eclipsed Miami. I just broke the mark from the Survivor Series prediction show. So I am at 236 viewers from the 237 from the EVP show, my ex and Miami's ex. This is incredible for a SmackDown recap that was taped. Unbelievable. But I'm going to play my outro, and I will be back to let you guys know what is in store next on the EVP show.
CJP's your guy, let's start the show. Tag teams picking, factions shaking. He's got the scoop for moves they're faking. Belt on the line, dreams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. It's good. Let's go where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know. The EVP show, it's out of control.
Let's go. Yeah, before I get into this, I just want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight. 200, we got to almost 240 viewers from the EVP show, my YouTube channel, my X, and Miami the Greats X. That's where all of my streams are going to be going from now on. So yeah, shout out to DWE, shout out to Gimmick Table Media. Make sure you follow Miami the Great, Director Red, Final Boss Baby, The World of Greg, Lady Alpha, Michael, Autumn, everyone associated with Gimmick Table Media, Kicking Out at 2 podcast. Make sure you give all those guys a follow, and make sure you give them a sub as well on their YouTube channels, because they're all great content. And I look forward to continuing working with them. I mean, this is crazy numbers. I'm 1 away from 240, which is absolutely insane. So where you can find me at on my socials, obviously at the bottom of the screen. On X, you can find me at the EVP CJP. Instagram, which I am starting to use Instagram and TikTok a lot more now that the World of Greg is helping me with videos that go along with Miami's thumbnails. Shout out to Miami for for doing all my thumbnails. Without them, these shows would not be possible. So shout out to World of Greg and Miami and DWE in general. I am the golden boy of DWE, by the way, in case you forgot. But you can find me on Instagram at EVPCJP. I post a lot, mainly just videos of what my stream is that night. Also on TikTok, I'm starting to get a little active on TikTok. You can find me at Brady BRADY GOAT, all together GOAT 21. And most importantly, please guys hit that like button on the YouTube video tonight. Several comments already in the comment chat, but if you can hit that like and subscribe button at the EVP show, it will be much appreciated. Every like I get and every comment, it puts my stream and my channel into the algorithm, and I have been stuck on 155 subs for quite a while. So my goal going into the new year is to get to 200, and I just got back. Only been back a couple of weeks, so I was away for a while and I didn't lose many. So I'm gonna start working on trying to build up this channel and get more subscribers and stuff like that. But thank you all so much for coming in tonight to listen to a taped go home show Survivor Series. What that wasn't like super duper exciting. But what I have coming up next, tomorrow night, I will be back on the EVP show, my ex and Miami's ex at 11 p.m. I think me and Miami may be doing a FanDuel betting show tomorrow. I haven't got with him yet. I'm going to talk to him after the stream. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to advertise it because I don't know the time or if it's happening. But I do know at 11 p.m. tomorrow, I will be live here again on the EVP show for the Survivor Series recap. I will be breaking down all the action, everything that happened at Survivor Series, and it's going to be a wild night, so it's probably going to be a wild stream. It'll probably be a long one. So then, obviously, I'm off on Sunday. I will be back Monday for your Raw recap at 11 p.m. Eastern. We'll be breaking down the 2 semifinal matches between Jey Uso and LA Knight. Also, Gunther and Solo, and the aftermath of what comes after Survivor Series. Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, me and Miami are back for NFL Week 13 recap. With all the craziness that's already went on. There's already been 4 games of the Week 13. With the rest of Week 13 action, we'll be back for that at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then I will be back Tuesday night for the go home show for NXT Deadline at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Tuesday night for the NXT recap. And then Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be joined by Michael, one of the hosts or co-hosts of Kicking Out at two podcasts, also part of Gimmick Table Media, and Lady Alpha as well, who is the host / co-host at the Wrestling Divas podcast. They will be joining me at 7 p.m. Eastern Wednesday night for the NXT Deadline PLE predictions. Looking forward to working with those two and having some new people come on the channel and us predicting what's going to happen at NXT Deadline. Followed by that will be my SmackDown recap, as always, on Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And then I will be back Saturday. Don't know the exact time, probably either 10:30 or 11 p.m. Eastern. I will be back as soon as NXT goes off the air. NXT Deadline goes off the air Saturday night. I will be back on for the NXT Deadline recap. That is what I have in store for you guys. A lot of content. Got some Gimmick Table coming on the show next week. Me and Miami got a couple little things in the works next week, so a lot of stuff coming out on the pipeline. And tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is Survivor Series. So with that being said, thank you to the 253, which is a new record for me, for only streaming to 3 platforms on a taped SmackDown. I am the EVP. I am the EVP CJP of DWE and the Golden Boy, and I will see you guys tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern for the Survivor Series recap. And remember, love somebody today.